Hello and welcome to Budweiser Gardens for this National Basketball League of Canada game between the hometown London Lightning and the visiting Niagara River Lions. Good evening, my name is Marty Thompson and I'm joined as always by Chris Croucher. Chris, the London Lightning coming off of a very impressive fourth quarter performance against the Orangeville A's on Saturday, a 110-99 win.
Well, the road there wasn't very pretty, but one strong fourth quarter, and just like that, the London Lightning back in the win column with that 110-99 win. They're going to need a better effort this game from start to finish, and that's one of the problems. That second quarter against the Orangeville A's was devastatingly bad. They dropped that quarter by almost 20 points. So, yeah, they had that great fourth quarter that saved them a bit, but it wasn't necessarily some pretty game tape. So coming into this game, they've got a lot to work on, but at least they can go into it knowing that they won the last time, even when they struggled.
The River Lions, a very deep team, and London will be looking for that depth with players like, for example, Tyshawn Patterson coming up big tonight.
Well, looking at this game, I actually think Tyshawn Patterson could have a big night. He's performed well against the River Lions before, and more importantly is the role he can play for the Lightning. You look at a point guard like Sammy Zaglinski, he's pretty well the only real point guard that they have in Niagara. He's their go-to floor general. So when they alternate him, Nick O'Corey, and Akeem Scott in and out of the Lightning lineup, they can tire out Zaglinski's. And I think Tyshawn's probably the guy that's going to take the bulk of that work, because with his speed, if he can make Zaglinski keep up with him in a track meet, that could be a huge advantage for the London Lightning.
Looking at the River Lions, the NBLC's hottest team by quite a margin. Looking back to last game, again, another impressive performance.
Well, the River Lions have completely turned it around lately. One of the things about the River Lions in the past little while, since Gross-Lekole has taken over, they've gone 9-5. Their record was pretty dismal. It was 5-14 before the coaching change, and that's one of the things that Gross-Lekole has brought in. They've got better players around him too. That's one of the other big reasons that Niagara has taken this step forward. They've added guys like Montero and Muldrow, and they've really boosted their depth. And I think that's one of the things that Niagara has now that they didn't have the past couple times we've seen them here in London. Even Lecole's first game, they didn't really have all those guys worked into the offense and worked into the game plan yet. Heading into this one now, they have all those guys clicking at once, and London's going to face a completely different Niagara team than they've seen before.
You've got Logan Stutz, you've got Sammy Zaglinski, but it's really the depth about this River Lions team that's been so impressive, especially with the addition of Travis Relaford right near the trade deadline in the league.
Well, I can't believe I forgot Relaford. He was one of the best players in the league last year as a member of the Mississauga Power, and he has big-time pedigree, probably the best resume of any player in the NBLC. He, of course, was a member of the Kansas team that went to the Final Four in the NCAA tournament, and that wasn't even all that long ago. He's still in his mid-20s. He's still a young guy, and he's already been able to step in and be a contributor. We've seen him play at this level very effectively, and what he brings you is an ability to score but also play defense, something that was missing at that wing spot for the Niagara River Lions for most of the year. So Relaford's really settled down that position.
The River Lions versus the London Lightning here at Budweiser Gardens. We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem coming up here. Again, London versus Niagara. The last time the Niagara River Lions were in town, they only had 5 wins to their record. That was back on February 24th. Now they have 14. Again, the hottest team in the league here at Budweiser Gardens to take on the London Lightning. We're going to take a break for the national anthem. We'll be right back up here in the booth. Wonderful performance of the national anthem here at Budweiser Gardens. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth. TD Bank sponsoring today's game. The Thames Valley District School Board had a special day here this morning and into this afternoon. Thousands of kids taking in and part of a bunch of different events. You can check that out on the London Lightning Twitter and Facebook pages. Ryan Anderson even performing a song at one point, which was
incredible singer too. Did not see that one coming.
A musician for sure. So yeah, they packed the place with some kids, and I believe there's around 3,000 of those kids here at Budweiser Gardens tonight. Again, the Niagara River Lions, 14 and 19 when they were here on the 24th of February. They were 5 and 14, the biggest turnaround, and you could see that coming from this River Lions team all season, because they started out, so poorly, but they had the pieces. They had Stutz, they had Zaglinski. They really seemed like they were on the cusp, and frankly, it's good to see them perform.
Well, they had a lot of close games too, and that's the thing with the River Lions. Every single time we said, they have a great team. They're doing things the right way, but at the end of the game, the depth kind of, the floor fell out on them because they didn't have the depth to kind of hold that up. And so now they have a team that has some depth. They can actually have a rotation, which is something a basketball team kind of needs to have. So the River Lions, it's not exactly a surprise that they've improved this much. I think the surprise is just how good they've been doing it, because we knew there was going to be a turnaround. But 9 and 5 since Lokole came in is one of the best runs we've seen from an NBL team since London had their own winning streak back near the start of the year. So again, it's a big step up for the Niagara River Lions, and I don't think they're going to be in the cellar for much longer.
You see the tip-off coming here. It's Clinton Springer-Williams taking the tip-off for the River Lions, and also Warren Ward, 2 London natives there, being part of that ceremony at the center court. Looks like
and the Cross-Cultural Learning Center. We have many refugees in the house with us tonight. So
looks like we've got something happening down near the court. We're going to see what's happening here. Looks like we're honoring some Syrian refugees. We're going to continue on here at Budweiser Gardens. Again, we're just about to get underway here with the London Lightning and the Niagara River Lions.
Big applause here.
والكروس-كلتشرال ليرنر سنتر ندعوكم ويسعدنا أن نرحب بالوافدين الجدد العديد منهم مواليد سوريا، وهذا أول مرة يحضرون فيها مباراة لدوري كرة السلة في لندن. هم يجلسون مع المتطوعين والرعاة ودرجات في القسم 110. دعونا جميعا نرحب بالمواطنين الجدد تحية حارة ومرحبا بكم في مدينة لندن.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First,
and we're going to listen in here for the starting lineups for the visiting Niagara River Lions. And again, we mentioned that star power: Sammy Zaglinski, BJ Montero, Logan Stutz, Mike Allison getting the start. He's had a very impressive past couple of months. And finally, Travis Relaford.
I kind of like seeing Allison get the start here because he plays that defensive role. And so that frees up Logan Stutz to kind of do his thing, go on the offensive, go and grab as many rebounds as he can, and not have to worry about whether or not he's being covered, because he's going to have Mike Allison there playing some shutdown defense. Allison, not the biggest of guys, but he plays bigger than his actual listed size, so he's going to be able to defend some of the bigger guys, but he's going to have his hands full against some of the London Lightning players such as Stephen Maxwell. Allison, as much as he is bigger, is going to have a little bit of difficulty matching the athleticism there of Stephen Maxwell.
So the River Lions versus the London Lightning. When we look to the starting lineup for the London Lightning, you've got Akeem Scott, Warren Ward, Stephen Maxwell, Akeem Wright, and finally Ryan Anderson. Good to see Warren Ward get the start. A very impressive game against Orangeville. I don't think we've spoken to that yet. 26 points on 10 of 17 shooting. obviously a lot of those coming from three-point land.
Well, between Ward's 26 and Maxwell's 23, it shows you the correlation between good three-point shooting and having space on the interior. When Warren Ward's able to space the floor like he did against the Orangeville A's, it allows for an opening down in the post for a guy like Maxwell to crash and bang and have a little bit more room to operate. So Warren Ward, his night meant so much more than just the 26 points. Being able to have that kind of a threat out there and that kind of a shooter just opens up so many opportunities for your offense. So Warren Ward, again, huge performance and more than just the score sheet.
The one thing we've seen with the London Lightning over the season is how proficient they've been shooting the three ball. They're actually now the #1 team in the league in that category. And I mean, you've got guys like even Nick Okori doesn't take a whole lot of shots anymore in his role. But again, Tyshawn Patterson and finally Ryan Anderson as well.
Well, here's the thing with teams that take a lot of three-pointers is you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And through 2 quarters in that game against the Orangeville A's, they were kind of dying by the sword. But in the 4th quarter, it was entirely the three ball that brought them back into it. And the A's tried to employ a similar strategy, and for them, it was just reverse of the London Lightning's problems because the A's shot great in the first half and then just completely lost it after.
So it looks like we got some people joining in on the dancing here at the front. Definitely interesting for sure. We mentioned this London Lightning team, and you know they haven't had the best run-in of games. But the one thing we're going to be talking about throughout this game is this trip out east that they're about to make. They're going to be heading out tomorrow to take on the St. John Mill Rats on Friday. So that's definitely interesting for sure. And they're going to end up actually playing all 4 teams, getting that road trip out of the way for sure. We'll be definitely talking about that moving forward. Lots of storylines here at Budweiser Gardens. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up on the booth. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. She said yes. It was kind of hard to spoil that on the broadcast, to be honest. We knew that was about to happen. We didn't want to say there's going to be a proposal.
Can't be a spoiler. Beautiful moment there on the court, though.
Hopefully we'll see a couple more of these tonight here at Budweiser Gardens. Yeah, just carry her out. And a round of applause here from the crowd. Unbelievable. So going back to the London Lightning, we're about to get their starting lineup. Akeem Wright and Akeem Scott, again starting in the backcourt. We talked about that last game as being an interesting backcourt to say the least, and saying they don't really have a pure one. What's your thoughts on the two of them together again?
Well, I think Akeem Scott is the pure one. Wright's probably going to be playing more in the front court at the power forward position there. But looking at Akeem Scott in the backcourt, he's a smaller guy, but he has so much speed. And him and Tyshawn Patterson are going to try and turn this into a track meet and make those guys run and try to maybe get Zaglinski tired, and if not tired, at least a foul or two, trying to keep up with them. So that's going to be the strategy for the London Lightning at the backcourt at this point.
I mean, you've got guys like Nick Okori. They're pretty deep there now. Earlier in the season, it wasn't necessarily known how that was going to shape up, but we talk about all the roster turnover in the NBLC, and you never know what your roster is going to look like at the end of the season compared to the start of it. And London has done a good job of building it the same way that the River Lions have as well.
Well, London's depth right now is going to be a big thing. We're going to actually see a little bit of it as it's going to be announcing starting lineups here.
So the starting lineup here for the London Lightning: Akeem Scott, Warren Ward, Stephen Maxwell, Akeem Wright, and Ryan Anderson.
Yeah, it's a good starting lineup there for the London Lightning. They're going to try and shoot the 3-ball early, having Warren Ward and Ryan Anderson in the game to start. Akeem Wright, also in the lineup, can shoot the 3-ball, but he wasn't really feeling it last night, so maybe you want to see Ward and Anderson getting the majority of those touches.
The one thing when you look at this River Lions team is how good they are on the boards. By far the best team in the league, averaging around 4 more rebounds per game than any other team. I think they're at something like 53 rebounds. The next couple teams are at 49. And we've seen this London Lightning team do well when it comes to rebounding, but with this River Lions team, they can really just outmuscle you and drag down some serious boards.
Well, the River Lions, one of the things they really wanted to improve was their rebounding. It was a struggle at the start of the year. They got out-rebounded by just about every team. But again, since the changes, it seems like everything's going up for the River Lions, but rebounds is one of the key areas there. They actually out-rebounded the London Lightning last time they were here. Looking at the London Lightning, though, when you have Stephen Maxwell in the center of your offense there's a lot of rebounds to be had. Stephen Maxwell's averaging almost 13 a game, and so he's going to be a beast down low. River Lions have struggled to stop him in the past. Are they going to be able to do it tonight? We are moments away from tip-off here at Bud Gardens.
London versus Niagara, the 20-10 Lightning against the 14-19 River Lions. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth. Again, Niagara and London down on the court. That is Mike Allison and Stephen Maxwell getting set to take the tip-off. The referee just moments away from getting this thing started. Wednesday night basketball here at Bud Gardens. The only game on the NBLC schedule for the night is now underway. Akeem Scott with it will take it down low, and he will be fouled to start this game. So again, the River Lions come into this game after taking down the Windsor Express 99-92. That was a home win there. Meantime, London Lightning, as we mentioned before, took down the Orangeville A's by considerable margin as well, 110-93 after a very impressive fourth quarter performance there. See Akeem Wright notching the first points of the game. First point, I should say. And that's a nice rebound there from Logan Stutz. Hands off to Zaglinski. He gets his first touches of the game. Allison calling for it. Up top, Maxwell matching up against him. Here's Stutz, leading the league in points, around 24 points per game. River Lions still with possession here. A nice spin on the fade, and it's no good. Shot clock expires as the ball falls out of play. 11:27 on the clock.
Good defensive opportunity there by the London Lightning. They didn't really allow anyone to free up. One of the things that they really kept an eye on there, and it's something they're going to have to keep doing in this game, is making sure Logan Stutz doesn't get that backdoor play he loves.
Ryan Anderson for 3, make it 4-0 early.
And that's the kind of start the London Lightning love to see here as they're facing the Niagara River Lions, getting 4 points early in the game. And Ryan Anderson, one of the best three-point shooters in the game, and he was wide open on that one. Niagara's got it locked down.
Stutz hands it back to Zaglinski. Deep 3 in this near corner. It's no good. Taken here by Anderson. Ward has it. Hands it back to Ryan Anderson. Back-to-back threes.
Yes. Ryan Anderson starting the game on fire here. If he can keep this going, this might not be much of a game for long.
Montero with possession. Stutz in motion down low. The River Lions trying to get on the board. 7-0 interception. Now here comes Akeem Scott. Turns. Maxwell. Easy.
London Lightning flying. Grosslacole only 1.5 minutes in. Might want to already be thinking about a timeout. Lightning starting with a 9-0 run.
Montero with possession at the very top. Tries to draw a foul. It's nothing doing there from the referee. Stutz
good
fakes
acting,
the 3. Backs in at the top of the key. He's stripped to the ball. Maxwell has it. Stutz nearly had it back, and now here comes Ryan Anderson. Ward now down low to right. Anderson takes
Mismatch here.
Yeah, takes it back to the three-point line, as you can see. Ward bounces it down low. Here's Akeem Wright underneath, and that's going to be a foul against Mike Allison.
Not sure what the foul was. Allison looked pretty straight up and down there. One of the things, though, when the Lightning were coming in transition there, they actually had Akeem Wright wide open on the left side and didn't go to him on that, and kind of ruined the 3-on-2 opportunity they had there. But, I mean, you're getting 2 shots, and Wright's going to go to the line anyway.
And just like that, Tremar Sutherland is coming into the game. And looks like Montero's making way. Again, Akeem Wright at the line here for 2. Gets the first one. Not a very impressive performance from him against Orangeville. Went 2 for 11 from the field and went 1 for 4 from the line. So
don't expect that again from Akeem Wright, though. He is averaging 14 points per game for the London Lightning to go along with 6 rebounds. He's really been the go-to guy at the 4 spot.
Ziglinski moves the ball across. Sutherland looking for his first touch of the game. Stutz. Now here's Sutherland with it. You see Relaford battling down low. That's a physical battle between him and Ryan Anderson. He's going to get the ball off of Anderson. Anderson with the foul.
Of course, Anderson and Relaford familiar with each other, but for different teams last season. Of course, Anderson with the Windsor Express, Relaford with the Mississauga Power. And so they know each other. There's probably a little bit extra in that matchup right there.
When you look with Relaford having spent time with the Mississauga Power, so is Mike Allison, and obviously you've got a couple players on London Lightning with Nick Okori and Warren Ward can also put that on their resume.
Akeem Scott.
Akeem Scott as well, that's correct. Second shot from Relaford is good, so make it 11-2. River Lions and London's 11-0 run. Oh my goodness, Stephen Maxwell. Stephen Maxwell comes out of nowhere for that one, make it 13-2. Unbelievable stuff there from number 21 in white. Allison with possession, a little bit of space. They're going to call that a kick ball against Maxwell. And the River Lions are set to make another change. It looks like DeQuan Cook's coming back into the game. Or my apologies, coming into the game for the first time, and Stutz making way. Interesting to see Logan Stutz out of the game this early as well.
Well, not just that, but DeQuan Cook coming off the bench for most of the season. Cook has been playing the 4 spot with Stutz technically playing the 5, although I don't think anyone would classify his game like that. Having a guy like Allison in there, though, allows him to put Stutz as more natural position. And same with Cook, too, because Allison can actually play the 5 spot.
Cook with the ball here over top of Akeem Wright. Shot is no good, and Maxwell will collect the rebound. 8:50 here at Budweiser Gardens. London off to a fantastic start, 13-2. Oh my goodness, why not again?
Well, Stephen Maxwell, he's such an athlete, and he can jump so high that I don't really think there's an alley-oop pass he can't catch. You'd pretty much be having to throw it behind you if you didn't want Stephen Maxwell to alley-oop it.
The 3 is good there from Sammy Ziglinski, make it 15-5. The River Lions.
Lazy pass.
And Ziglinski gets the interception, hands it down low, and that's really easy from Tremar Sutherland.
He almost got picked off again. I think Warren Ward might need some caffeine on these inbound plays here.
Akeem Scott with possession. This is Anderson down low. He'll get it to go, so he can do it from outside. He can do it inside as well.
Complete circus shot from Ryan Anderson. He's really been the key to this hot start for the London Lightning.
Ziglinski off to Sutherland. He's going to try to work it down low. Instead, he'll hand it off to Mike Allison. Relaford with possession on the far side. Ryan Anderson matching up against him. 8 seconds on the shot clocks, and that's Relaford unable to collect the ball.
Anderson having a great game on the defensive end, too. He really has been getting into Relaford's grill. Relaford hasn't been able to get comfortable because every time he's tried to battle for position, Anderson's been there, and Relaford's not really an outside shooter, so if Anderson can at least have a tie on the interior game, and anytime Relaford tries to post up, as we see Maxwell almost get another dunk, but if Anderson can win that defensive battle, and he's clearly winning the offensive one too, it's going to be a long night for Travis Relaford.
Ziglinski hands it off to Relaford. 7:27 on the clock in the first quarter. 2 fouls for the River Lions. Just 1 for the London Lightning early. The Lightning have yet to make a substitution. River Lions have made 3. They've got possession. Relaford.
This is a mismatch.
He's with his Akeem Scott there, and 24-second violation.
I'm not sure why Relaford didn't just attack there. There was a limited shot clock. I would have just gone after the basket and seen if Akeem Scott, he'd probably try and go for or draw the charging play, but I mean, Relaford kind of had him dead to rights and didn't attack on that one.
Guess what? Timeout by the River Lions makes sense. 19-17. We've still got around 7 minutes to play here.
Yeah, the River Lions just look a little out of sorts, and we've seen some of these lineup changes because I think Lacole recognizes that. So he's just trying to throw really any lineup he can out there, see what works, because London's got a 5-man unit out there that's really giving fits to what the River Lions are trying to do. Logan Stutz, of course, when he was out there, they couldn't find any of those backdoor plays that Logan Stutz is so good at. And then they've also shut down Travis Relaford by putting Ryan Anderson on him. Ryan Anderson can match him for bulk. He's got such long arms, and Relaford likes to attack the basket and play that mid-range game. But you can't really do that when you've got Ryan Anderson and what seems like an endless wingspan blocking you from getting to where you want to go.
And Anderson with 10 points already, and realistically, Grossacolle will be looking towards Relaford for that.
Well, those long arms of Ryan Anderson can put the ball in the basket too, and there hasn't really been an answer for the River Lions. I think what Anderson's doing a really good job of tonight is getting lost on offense, so he's doing a good job of making the defense forget about him. He's just kind of slipping around and popping out behind the three-point line and getting that shot. He's actually been open a couple of times where he hasn't gotten the ball, and they made a good play, so it's okay he didn't get the ball. But I'm just saying he's really getting open a lot, and there hasn't really been any sort of an answer. Travis Relaford's still going to be in the game, still going to be the guy having to cover Anderson, and so far he hasn't been able to.
Again, London yet to make a change. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Anderson with possession, up against Relaford, of course. This is Wright with the ball down low. He's just going to take a jumper. Oh, they're going to call a foul. I didn't hear the whistle there.
That was a very quiet whistle.
Offensive foul. So that's now 2 fouls for the London Lightning, also 2 for the River Lions so far in this game. Zaglinski with possession on the far side. Muldrow down low, he's coming to the game. Bounce pass, this is Sutherland, and he'll take it up for 2.
And that's the first offensive play for the River Lions that's really clicked that time. Shamar Sutherland, he usually comes off the bench, but he's been starting since Grossacolle took over, and he's had some really good performances. He could have himself a game tonight.
Here's Akeem Wright down low, and no foul call there as Akeem Wright goes to ground. The Niagara River Lions, this is Sutherland, posts up, no good. And it will be Warren Ward collecting. Quick pass off to Wright, who just got up off the floor, and he'll drain 2.
Well, off the floor on the board for Akeem Wright. I'm not quite sure what Shamar Sutherland was doing. They didn't have numbers, but I also don't think the mid-range shot is where you go. Can Zaglinski make up for it? No.
That's a rebound, though, and Zaglinski will take another try from this near side three-point, and it's no good. Maxwell will hand it off. Here comes Warren Ward. It's a foot race between him and Sutherland. Ward with that length puts it in.
And again, I think the guards for the London Lightning, Anderson and Ward, they're 6'5", which is taller than the guards for the Niagara River Lions. I think that height and length is kind of giving them fits right now.
Pair of changes coming up for the Lightning. Patterson and Corey preparing to come in. This is Muldrow. Relaford finding a bit of space, moving around Akeem Scott.
Beautiful.
Easy.
A little Euro step to the basket there. Absolutely stunning from Travis Relaford.
Scott with possession. You saw him there in the defensive play. This is right for 3, and it's good. You saw Akeem Scott on that play just with his hands up, couldn't do anything.
Sometimes it's just not your night, and it doesn't seem like it's the River Lions' night so far. But again, we've seen London have a hot quarter and then have 3 not so good quarters. So certainly not over, but the River Lions got to get some sort of rhythm, at least to have some momentum going into the second quarter.
Zaglinski takes the layup high, and it will not drain for him. Here comes Akeem Scott splitting the defense, but he can't keep the ball.
He was a little out of control on that play.
Zaglinski takes the Hail Mary pass, and he'll take it up. Swatted by Akeem Wright. Play is still alive here. Cook has possession. The crowd
kick it back out. There you go.
Goes wild. Here comes a three-pointer from this near side, and it's no good. Taken here by Akeem Wright. Scott has it, and now over to Warren Ward. Nick Evans preparing to come in as well. Decent ball movement here from the Lightning. This is Ryan Anderson for 3.
I don't know how you lose either Stephen Maxwell, who originally got lost, and then made an excellent pass to Anderson when the help came over. Those are 2 of London's most deadly players. I don't know why either of them would be left open.
Sutherland on the move, takes it up, and he'll drain that layup. And there's going to be a timeout by the Lightning. They want to make 4 changes. Looks like Evans, Patterson, Capers, and Akori are preparing to come into the game. River Lions making 2 changes as well.
Yeah, and I think this timeout is less about London being concerned about who they have out there and more about being concerned about the minutes of the guys who they have out there, because really it's been the same starting 5 for the entire quarter for the London Lightning. So again, this timeout, not really one of them being concerned about the River Lions, more that they want to get some fresh legs out there and make sure their starters don't get tired.
29-13, the London Lightning off to a fantastic start in this first quarter. A great game from them so far. And again, we look at the stats on that. London shooting 84% from the field. An incredible number this early. 11 for 13. They just can't seem to miss.
Well, I mean, when Ryan Anderson's shooting the lights out, he's perfect tonight. 5 of 5 from the field for 13 points. 3 of those are 3-pointers. In fact, Stephen Maxwell and Akeem Wright each have 1 miss, and those are the only missed shots for the London Lightning on the entire night. Again, very early. Very early, but very promising signs for the London Lightning.
Impressive for sure if you're Kyle Julius. Again, trying to realistically bounce back after that Orangeville A's win. That was an incredible finish for sure, but I know that the both of us looked at each other after that game and said that really wasn't the performance that the London Lightning expected for sure.
Well, that Orangeville game was one where the coach, yeah, they won, but there was 3 bad quarters, and sure, they made up for it with 1 good one, but it's not exactly one that the coach is going to put on the resume. So coming into this game, team looking a lot more fired up and ready for the competition.
Akori into the game, he hands it off to Capers, who's also come into the game. Akeem Wright, the only one still standing after those 4 substitutions. He's fouled, and 1 coming up for number 25.
A much better effort from Akeem Wright in this game, and I think that comes to his shot selection. He kind of was a bit of a black hole in that every time he got the ball, it was a shot. This time he's working better within the offense than he did last game, and he's had a good night for him. He's 3 for 4 right now, and he's looking to make 1 more free throw here to give him potentially 10 points on the night.
Montero has come into the game, replaces Travis Relaford at that position. Adam Blazek has also come into the game for the River Lions. 31-13, the River Lions with possession. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first. Blazek chips it down low to Muldrow. Nick Evans in his face here, as you can see, just trying to back in, spins, fires, short. Capers with a big defensive rebound. Blazek with a nice interception, and now the River Lions have possession. Blazek for 3, and it's good for number 5.
Well, Adam Blazek, another guy who's capable of heating up, and we haven't seen much of him in this game, but he's a guy who can come off the bench and put in a lot of points. He's a bit like Tyshawn Patterson in that he's a microwave. Heats up real quick.
Akeem Wright bounce pass, and that's going to fall off of Muldrow's foot. And there's going to be a foul call by the looks of it. Eric Kibbe preparing to come into the game here for the London Lightning. Akeem Wright making way there. Inbound coming from Capers, 14 seconds on the shot clock. You see Akori in motion. He takes the ball and a quick shot. No good. He's short of the rim. Here come the River Lions. They're in navy. London is in white. That's going to be a foul, and that's going to be an and 1 for Montero. So the River Lions trying to battle their way back. London with an incredibly impressive offensive performance. If you're just joining us now, 85% shooting from the field, 100% from beyond the arc. The and 1's good for Montero. Patterson moving the ball up there. You see Kibbe. He's got possession. Down low to Evans. That was a high-risk pass for sure. And now here comes Blazek for the River Lions. Springer Williams coming to the game, the London native. You see number 2 there on this near side. Blazek over top of Nick Evans. Bit of a mismatch there. It's no good. Taken here by the River Lions. They'll keep possession.
Still Blazek and Evans. I'd give him the ball, unless you have that open a 3.
Springer Williams can't drain it. And now here comes Tyshawn Patterson on the far side. Evans sets the pick. Patterson still with it. He'll take it to the hoop.
Tyshawn Patterson with that speed. I don't know if Adam Blazek can match it. Tyshawn Patterson, arguably the fastest guy in the league this side of James Justice.
Williams moves around Evans, and that's going to be a foul against Nick Evans. 2:18 on the clock, 33-19.
We have a Lightning player who's decided that they don't need their undershirt.
And that'll be Marcus Capers. He wears the t-shirt. That could be restrictive for sure.
I'm just thinking of the LeBron James ripping his sleeves off of the sleeve jerseys back in what was it, last year?
Yeah, I believe so,
at
yeah.
least Capers didn't ruin any fabric.
Chris just kind of looked at me and opened his mouth, and then he didn't say anything. There's no words coming out of his mouth, and then he continued to watch the play. 33-19. Around 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Inbound coming from Blazek. Williams with it. And then Springer Williams takes it up. It's no good. Taken here by Kibbe. London also having an impressive night when it comes to rebounds. 11 rebounds. Of course, a lot of those coming from the missed Niagara shots. Blazek collects the ball. Trying to move around Patterson, spins, and then he runs into Nick Evans. Somehow keeps possession, 16 seconds on the shot clock. Muldrow will take it up, and it's good for 2.
Good job by Muldrow there. He just attacked the basket and kind of saved a possession that could have gone the other way, really. Blazek a little out of control on the offensive end there.
Corey keeps possession here. You just see him throwing it up to Capers. No good. Montero will keep it in. Evans will collect here for the Lightning.
There's an open man.
Foul.
Would have liked the Lightning to move the ball a little quicker there. We just saw, I believe it was Muldrow, go into the corner there trying to get the ball. I would have liked to see them move the ball a bit more, because then you know there's going to be an open guy. If there's a Riverline in the crowd, I mean, there's probably going to be an open guy, and I understand why they pulled the ball out, but I believe it was Marcus Capers, Tyshawn Patterson, who was on the corner there. Open for a 3, completely unguarded, so maybe a bit of awareness there. Mind you, it's not like London's having troubles filling the bucket right now.
Kyle Julius definitely won't have much to say about that. 33-21, a minute 20 left in the quarter. Patterson looks down low to Evans. They'll take it up to Kibbe instead. Evans still calling for it. Foul. As Kibbe was shooting, he's going to take a trip to the line.
I'm not sure what the argument is about this call. You can't really throw a guy to the ground. Well, he didn't really throw him, but it was a harder foul than we're used to seeing here.
So Eric Kibbe at the line here. Again, very impressive performance against the Orangeville A's. 8 rebounds, shot 2 for 2 from the field, and very limited minutes. I don't think he played maybe much more than 7 minutes, or perhaps just a bit more, somewhere in that range. Misses the second shot, 34-21, minute 10 left. This is Springer Williams with it. They're going to call a foul, and it's going to be against Eric Kibbe. So 6 fouls for the Lightning, 5 for the River Lions. Again, we've got a minute and 7 seconds rather left to play in this quarter. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound coming. Takes it long. Muldrow will collect. Springer moves around to Corey, a bit of space. He runs into Nick Evans, keeps the ball, spins. And a great play there from the London native.
Great second effort from Clinton Springer Williams. You know he's motivated every time he comes here because, of course, not only is he from London, but he was a member of the Lightning last year, too.
Capers looks down low to Evans in the post. This is a Corey. Turns, fires over Springer Williams. No good. Big defensive rebound there from Muldrow, and now here comes Daquan Cook. Bit of space. He's going to run into Tyshawn Patterson. And it looks like the foul is going to be against Tyshawn Patterson. So Lightning have now fouled out. 33 seconds left in this first quarter as we see Daquan Cook going to the line. The New Jersey native looking to recoup some of the losses that the River Lions have already incurred in this first quarter. And the 28-year-old at the line. That second shot is good. Make it 34-25. Patterson can't keep the ball. Blazek strips it, and he'll take it up here. Nice layup there, and obviously not contested. 34-27.
Gotta say, it's impressive how Niagara's put this run without Stutz or Zaglinski in the game here. It's been really the depth that's been raising the bar here for the Niagara River Lions.
Patterson takes his time. The shot clock has expired. Just 8 seconds left on the game clock. McCory, he can take a shot. Take a shot from just about anywhere. You see that double team. Now here comes Kibbe. Capers was open in the corner, and that's no good. The crowd thought it did. 34-27. Why wouldn't you think it went in? It was how London has been shooting. Again, 72% from the field.
Yeah, that's a monster number there for the London Lightning. The River Lions actually had themselves a pretty decent quarter. They shot 40% themselves, 28 from three-point land, out-rebounded the Lightning. However, it's just that shot efficiency from the London Lightning, being able to make 72% of those shots. It's hard to keep up with any team when they're shooting like that. The River Lions did a great job at the end of that quarter, though, in bringing this game back. Remember, it was 23-9 at one point. So the River Lions did a really good job of bringing that lead back.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here at Budweiser Gardens. And we're back here at Budweiser Gardens. The Niagara River Lions down 34-27 over the London Lightning. Kind of impressive how much they were able to battle back there at the end of the first quarter. If you missed it, the London Lightning got off to a fantastic start, an 11-0 run, and carried that to scoring 34 points in the first quarter. Definitely a better clip than what we saw against the Orangeville A's, and for that matter, the last couple of games, a couple very scrappy games here at Budweiser Gardens. Second quarter underway. Stutz collects the ball, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
I don't know how you can call charge. He was definitely within the penalty line there. Not sure how that can be an offensive foul, to be honest.
Hakeem Scott with possession. Stephen Maxwell back into the game as well. Wright has it. Ward moving down low, as you can see. Maxwell. 11:38 left in the second. Scott bounce pass to Warren Ward for three. It's no good. And easily collected there by Muldrow, and now here come the River Lions.
Here's where you worry a bit if you're the London Lightning. They had a bunch of hot shooters who've been sitting on the bench for quite some time now. Are they going to come in cold, or are they still going to have that hot hand?
River Lions keep possession here. 8 seconds on the shot clock. The shot from Muldrow is no good, but he'll get the ball tipped from there from Tremar Sutherland. Traveling against Logan Stutz, so back-to-back calls against number 11.
Logan Stutz might throw his goggles at someone if he keeps getting these calls against him here.
34-27. It's his signature. No one else wears them in the league. I don't think I've seen anyone really wear goggles.
Springer Williams last year.
That's true. My apologies, that's correct. But I mean, let's face it, Logan Stutz, our substantially
He owns
cooler.
them. He owns them.
Oh, and they're way cooler, too, as you see Akeem Scott going up there. And looks like there's going to be another foul call.
Against Stutz again. That's 3 quick fouls on Logan Stutz.
Not happy about it there, as you can see him just having a quick chat with the referee as Akeem Scott settles in to take 2 from the line.
And pardon me, that foul was going to be on Muldrow, not Stutz. So Niagara gets a break on that play.
So Scott at the line here. The first shot is good. Former Brampton A drains that one with ease. Decent crowd here at Budweiser Gardens. Not the same size as his last game against Orangeville. 8,500 fans there. Third highest in London Lightning's history in terms of attendance. Muldrow hands it off to Sutherland. This is Ryan Anderson. Interesting matchup, and you see Sutherland winning it there. Scott has possession for the London Lightning. They're up 35-29. Scott versus Blazik. Warren Ward finds Ryan Anderson. Lots of space on this side of the court, and number 44 will take advantage of it.
Ryan Anderson, luckily for London, still hot and able to continue to fill the bucket.
Sutherland has possession here. A little bit of a push off there. Sutherland can't drain from the top of the key. And now here come the London Lightning. 2 fouls for the River Lions, 0 for the Bolts. Ward on the step over. You see Travis Relaford preparing to come into the game. This is Wright taking it up for 2. It's no good. Stutz with a big defensive rebound.
Lightning didn't score on that play, but if I was going to make a defensive adjustment if I'm the River Lions, that lane was wide open there. And it's been open a couple of different times now. I know they're trying to cover the 3, but if I'm London, I'm attacking that. And if I'm Niagara, that's something I got to watch.
Blazik fakes the pass and takes the 3 up. It's no good. And now here comes Ryan Anderson. 16 points for him on the night so far. Again, 9:33 left in the second quarter. Ward fights away the challenge, takes it up. No good there. That's Akeem Scott stretching out. Gorgeous plays. You see him just getting fingertips to it just before across the line.
Excellent effort from Akeem Scott. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. From this angle, that shot looked good. Ryan Anderson taking some Steph Curry distance threes.
Ryan Anderson misses his first 3 of the game. He's gone 4 for 4 before that. Montero able to drain that one. 9 minutes now to go in the second quarter and first half, 38-31. Be interesting to see how the River Lions manage. I mean, you've got a pretty big lineup out there right now. You've got Logan Stutz, obviously, Muldrow, Montero as well. I see Wright missing that shot. They're probably going to be looked to go down low. They are a very effective team in the paint. You can see from their rebounding numbers. It'll be interesting to see how they go in this second quarter and second half as well. Blazik to Montero in the post up against Akeem Scott. Montero just throws it up there and he'll airball it.
I don't know why you wouldn't continue to back down Scott there. Huge size mismatch, and you end up settling for that shot.
Ward chips it off to Akeem Wright, who will move around over Logan Stutz. Great play there.
Great body control, too, by Wright to be able to get up and float like that and have Stutz leaning on him the entire way.
Blazik crawls across half. A couple changes coming up here for the River Lions. 2 starters coming back in Ziglinski and Relaford. Interesting numbers from the River Lions as well. 16 points from the bench so far this game. That's good there from Sutherland at the near side.
Great 3-pointer from Sutherland, and that's something the River Lions are going to have to get going in this game because they've had very little interior operation so far in this game.
Scott moves it down low. It's swatted there by Muldrow, and now here come the Niagara River Lions. This is Montero. Can't get it to go. That's the story of the Niagara River Lions night so far, isn't it, Chris?
And that is 2. Yeah. Stephen Maxwell, a big dunk there for 2 points for the London Lightning. And Niagara's done a good job of getting back into this game, but they're not able to get over the hump quite yet. London opening up an 8-point lead now.
Blazik from the free throw line is good. Stutz can't get the putback, but he will draw the foul.
The London Lightning are pleased to welcome.
As we mentioned, scoring from the bench for the River Lions now to 22. A lot of that coming from players like Blazik, who are just about to come out of the game. Blazik will be making way for Ziglinski. Relaford's coming back into the game. Sutherland making way. And it finally looks like Daquan Cook's coming back into the game. And Muldrow making way for him there. So Logan Stutz at the line. And leading the league in points per game at 22. Also second in rebounds, averaging 9 per game. It'll be hard for him to catch Stephen Maxwell, who gets 12 rebounds per game. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Logan Stutz drains that one. Makes it 42-36. Capers hands it off to Maxwell. The high flyer takes it up.
I don't know how you can jump from so far out. He was like a step inside the three-point line and still be able to just float across like that. That's something I will never experience. But I mean, if I went skydiving, I think I might. But Stephen Maxwell, just such an athlete.
Stutz in the corner. Long shot is no good. Really not his shot there, not his range. You see Cook was unable to keep the ball in, and it will be London ball. 6:34 to go.
Just about made a new friend in the front row there, though. We've seen Daquan Cook go after some loose balls before. He's a very, very gritty guy, a veteran to have on this Niagara River Lions team. And in the early going, when the team was struggling, it was really him and Stutz that were the two most consistent guys to play on the interiors. Marcus Capers, it's a big dunk there.
Number 34 gets high, make it 46-36. It's a 10-point game here. The River Lions on the poor end of that, shall we say. Relaford can't get that layup to go. He will collect it, though, and looks like they've only got 10 seconds left on the shot clock. The three is well short, and the jeers come down from the crowd.
Not much we can say about that one. I didn't like the shot to begin with, but I mean, if you're gonna be taking a shot with no one under the basket and still a little bit of time on the shot clock, you know, maybe not that shot, and at least hit the rim.
Well, you saw the offensive rebound there for the River Lions, and that's one thing they can really pride themselves on so far. They've had 8 offensive rebounds, and it's definitely impressive for sure, even considering that, you know, they've been missing a lot more shots than the London Lightning have, and they're still out-rebounding them 21-18. Second chance points, obviously, haven't been their friend. Akeem Scott with possession, 5:35 left to go. Bounce pass down low to right. He'll shift it across to Corey. Cook in his face there. He'll take it out to Capers for 3, and it's no good. Taken here by Logan Stutz.
That's not Capers' shot, but the shot clock was winding down. Kind of had to throw something out there.
Ziglinski hands it off to Logan Stutz. He'll give it off to Cook. Can't get the roll, but looks like he'll get the foul.
Good call by the ref there, too. Cook very clearly hit on the wrist as he was going for that layup.
So with the media timeout, looks like Nick Evans and Eric Kibbe preparing to come into the game here for the hometown London Lightning. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth. You look at the stats for this River Lions team, they seem to be doing a lot of things right, even draining all of their free throws so far, going 7 for 7, but unfortunately unable to play defense.
Well, I thought they've been playing a little bit better on defense in terms of shutting down that three-point shot, but unfortunately for them, in exchange, they've been pretty much clearing out the entire interior for it. So the River Lions are going to have to do something about that and try to find that balance. Luckily for them, London's three-point shooting has gone a bit cold, so now's the time to sort of spread your defense a bit. You don't need to be shutting down everyone behind the three-point line anymore. You can kind of spread your defense out the way London wishes they could spread their offense out. The offense has been doing a good job of it so far. And again, you see the impact that three-point ball has on a team, and that London's been able to operate either inside or out because Niagara's forced to respect that three-point shot. Now that the three-point shot isn't as much of an issue, Niagara can kind of clamp it down a bit.
As you can see, a little bit of streaming issues. Looks like it was from YouTube side, as you can see on the comments on the side of the stream. 46-38, the London Lightning up in this game. 2 fouls each as we get set to start the second quarter. Of course, with the traditional Canadian tire slide.
Try saying that one 5 times fast.
Tire.
Oh, no. That was a tight finish right there.
That was. The wobbly tire is always good. Someone always has a wobbly tire.
I feel like one of them is wobbly just to add suspense.
We're getting back underway. So it'll be the Niagara River Lions going to the line here. Daquan Cook getting set to take 2 shots. Again, looking to cut into this lead. The River Lions down 46-38. They are in navy, and the London Lightning are in their home whites. First shot rather, is no good there from Cook.
Again, this has been a pretty good quarter for the Niagara River Lions. They're keeping pace with the London Lightning, but just no luck tonight so far. They could actually be a lot closer if some of these rolls just go their way instead of London's.
You see Cook getting set on. Looks like maybe the ball was had a wet spot on it. Regardless, he'll get set. And that one will go. So, as you mentioned there, Chris, London and Niagara pretty much tit for tat in this second quarter, and now both teams with 12 points in this second frame. Capers. This is Akeem Scott. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Corey with possession on the near side. 4-3 over top of Daquan Cook, and it's good. Good motion there from Nick Corey, make it 49-39. London extend their lead to 10. Zaglinski with it. Stutz up top. Cook calling for the ball to go over to Montero. Relaford with it now. Foul call as Relaford went to the hoop. Looks like he's going to be going to the line as well. Tyshawn Patterson preparing to come into the game. Akeem Scott making way. Chris, I know you thought that Tyshawn Patterson was set for a big game. What's impressed you from him so far?
Well, it's been all of the guards, really. Tyshawn Patterson, Nick Corey, and Akeem Scott have done a good job of just running around. So Nick Corey and Tyshawn Patterson, just such speed. And they've kind of taken Zaglinski out of this game because Blazek's really the only one who can keep up with those guys. And if they can tire out either Blazek or Zaglinski, then all of a sudden the backcourt situation becomes a little bit more dire for Niagara.
Clinton Springer-Williams comes back into the game. Looks like Montero and Relaford are making way. Also appears that Mike Allison has come back into the game, the Hamilton native. Patterson steps around, takes it up, and it will not go, but Capers will slam it on the near far side rather.
Marcus Capers is a guy who can do a little bit of everything for the London Lightning. He's especially good on the defensive end, but one of the better leapers in the league too, able to get the dunk there.
This is Daquan Cook draining and also drawing, make it 51-41, and Cook's going to go to the line once again.
Again, I'm not sure what Nick Evans is arguing on that one. Very clearly flailing arms, just trying to get the stop on Daquan Cook. And Cook's going to go to the line.
So again, the New Jersey native back at the line. He'll get that one to go. Daquan Cook went to the same high school as Kyrie Irving, and that's the only fact that I had, and I actually kind of messed up the delivery of it as well.
Good job.
Kivy hands it off to Marcus Capers. 10 seconds on the shot clock. This is Nick Corey up top, 3:50 on the game clock. Corey can't get that one to go. Allison with a very aggressive defensive rebound. That's going to be a foul against Nick Evans.
Nick Evans quickly picking up some fouls. Not a good thing for him. He's in there as one of their big guys. He's got to be a little more controlled so that they can give Maxwell the proper rest.
Stephen Maxwell preparing to come back into the game. As always, we'll have What's Cooking with Bill Ovens at halftime. Be sure to tune into that. We're on screen now as well. That's one reason to watch. Yeah. Speak for yourself. Corey with possession. Corey with possession up top, hands it off to Patterson. This is Evans down low. Evans versus Mike Allison. Spins. Allison with the rebound. Zaglinski, bounce pass. Threads the needle to find Springer-Williams, who will be fouled as he attempted the layup.
3 straight fouls there for the London Lightning. Playing a little bit out of control, and if they keep letting the River Lions go and get these free shots, they're going to have some troubles going in this game. They're letting the River Lions claw their way back. River Lions haven't been able to close it past 6 points so far in the game until now. They're down 5, but London Lightning got to watch themselves a bit here.
Clinton Springer-Williams, again the former Londoner, the Carleton grad, drains that first shot. He played 17 games with the Lightning last year. Fan favorite, obviously, with his ties to London. Actually started a couple games as well. Sort of to get Carlos Knox's approval near the midway of the season. I know that Bill, our halftime expert, was big on Springer Williams during his time here. I'm sure I'll have lots to say about him and much more. 6 fouls for the London Lightning, 2 for the River Lions. They have the ball, and they still have it. The ball followed a play. Oh, my apologies. It will switch. London will take it now, 51-47. Again, 6 fouls for the Lightning, just 2 for the River Lions. Patterson with possession on the far side. Cuts across to the top. This is Capers. Patterson fakes the 3. Had a bit of space there on Cook. Double team. Here's Kibbe on the fade, and it's good. Great play there from Eric Kibbe.
Eric Kibbe, a guy you kind of forget about on the offensive end. He's not really there for his scoring, but he is able to knock down that mid-range shot, and that time just happened to be the guy open, able to nail his shot.
Relaford in motion. Switches. Oh, great play there from Travis Relaford.
Surprised we haven't seen more of Ryan Anderson in this quarter. He kind of sat down quickly, and it's not necessarily because of foul trouble, so Ryan Anderson missing from this quarter, or at least the tail end of it.
Again, the River Lions getting set with possession here.
More specifically, Anderson was the one doing a good job defending Relaford, and now we've seen Relaford start to find his game again.
Well, yeah, you just see him taking those steps inside that likely wouldn't have happened had Anderson been out there.
He's sitting at 4 of 5 shooting 12 points, and most of those have come with Anderson out of the game.
Sutherland from the corner for 3, and it's good as that breathes a little bit of life into the Niagara River Lions bench. It's only a 1-point game now, 53-52. Marcus Capers with the ball. Corey in motion on his left. He'll take it to his right instead. This is Tyshawn Patterson. Steps around Allison. He'll get the N1 as well.
Good play by Tyshawn Patterson there. He has like a no stop button on him. He's just always so quick and so aggressive with just about every time he touches the ball. Sometimes he gets out of control, and that's when Coach Julius has to rein him in. But when he's going, he's great.
Rebound here from the River Lions. Again, 55-52. It's a tight game now. A lot tighter than it was heading into this interval here between the first and second quarter. We're getting set for halftime now. Relaford. This is Daquan Cook, and he'll miss that shot. Capers moves it up. Big stop here for the Lightning. Of course, Stephen Maxwell with the dunk.
Well, that's his 3rd big one tonight. Stephen Maxwell having himself a bit of a game here. He hasn't necessarily been scoring a whole ton in terms of how frequent it's been, but he's had some nice runs, and now he's sitting at 12 points on the game, 2nd leading scorer on the Lightning.
Sutherland. This is Relaford. Allison, lots of space. Can he drain from the top of the key? He cannot. We've got a minute to go here in this second quarter. Capers moves it up here for the Bolts. Top of the key, switches it. This is Nick Corey for 3. Misses. Taken here by Springer Williams very easily. As you can see, he'll take it to the hoop. Not as easy. Like Allison, the ball slips out of his hands, and that's going to be a foul.
That was a frustration foul from Travis Relaford, too. It looked like there was a little bit of margarine on the ball there as it kept slipping out of people's hands there. No one able to get a grip on it. Tyshawn Patterson ended up taking a nice, solid body check there. He'll be fine.
Eric Kibbe hands it off to Tyshawn Patterson. 43 seconds to go now in the frame.
Hard to believe with all the battling we've seen between Relaford and Ryan Anderson and other players that was Relaford's first foul.
Patterson to Capers. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Capers bounce pass. This is Maxwell. The ball will fall into play and out off of the River Lions. A fresh shot clock coming up. 6 fouls for the Lightning, 4 for the River Lions, as again, halftime looming here, just 25 seconds to go. Shot clock still there, obviously. Inbound, Kibbe, lots of space. Double dribble, or my apologies, that's traveling. 57-52, and the River Lions could have stopped. Ziglinski takes it over to Sutherland. And he'll try to make this the last shot of the game.
or last shot of the half, I should say. There's this Cook. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 10 seconds on the game clock. Down low, here comes Daquan Cook, and that's an offensive foul.
Good job by Stephen Maxwell making his presence felt on the defensive end, being able to draw that charge.
So, and there's a timeout by the London Lightning. So, again, 57-52. We've got a bit of time to talk about this this first half, Chris. Interesting. Seems like it's a tale of two quarters, but the River Lions, unfortunately, haven't done enough to really close the gap.
Well, they've been coming close, and they keep sort of crawling back in, and then the London Lightning just able to keep that slight lead that they have. It hasn't gotten any closer than 5 points. We've seen some great second quarter performances from Travis Relaford. Shamar Sutherland having himself a game. Looking at the stats, you have 14 points from Shamar Sutherland, 12 points from Travis Relaford, and those two are leading the way for the River Lions. Looking at the London Lightning, you have 16 points from Ryan Anderson. Of course, most of that damage done in the first quarter. 12 points from Stephen Maxwell, and 11 points from Akeem Wright. So it's kind of the front court that's doing a majority of the heavy lifting, and then of course Ryan Anderson's threes really leading the way for the London Lightning.
Yeah, we're just about wrapping up here the first half of play at Budweiser Gardens. As always, we'll have What's Cooking with Will Ovens at halftime. He's got lots to talk about. I know Akeem Wright's on the brain for him. That very exciting first quarter as well. Definitely an energetic crowd for Wednesday night. Wasn't it Garfield who didn't like Wednesdays? It wasn't. There's a foul call just in front of the scorer's table there. It looks like it's going to go against Tyshawn. Oh, my apologies, going to go against the River Lions. So Corey trying to get that buzzer beater up. 1.3 seconds left on the clock, and inbound coming here for the Lightning. Looks like Corey's going to take it.
This better be a quick shot.
6 fouls each. Looks like he wants to step back.
Oh, he was an inch to the left, so he had to move over.
Looks like he was also on the shoe mat there as well. Corey takes it off. This is Warren Ward. He'll get it off in time, but it'll be no good. So at half, 57-52, the London Lightning hold the lead here at Budweiser Gardens. Hey, welcome back. This is What's Cooking with Bill Ovens at halftime here at Budweiser Gardens. Bill, let's talk a bit about that first quarter.
The first quarter, London came out running and gunning, and it really looked like they were going to lay a big hurt on Niagara. And, you know, in Niagara Falls' defense, they were a bit unlucky in the first quarter. I mean, London made everything they looked. I think Anderson hit everything he shot. And Niagara was passing the ball a lot. They were moving the ball around because I was watching for that. Are they going to go lots of long possessions or some short possessions? And Niagara was trying to control the ball, and they weren't getting rewarded at the end of a long possession. They get a missed shot. You know, it's got to be discouraging. Back up. London runs down the floor and scores. Oh, damn, we got to go through this whole thing again. It's just, it had to be discouraging early on.
Well, and this second quarter was almost as weird. I mean, the River Lions able to crawl their way back in, but not enough to close the gap.
No, it's strange. It was like the last game when, you know, we thought London was so far out of it that, you know, there was no way they were coming back. And then Niagara was playing terrible. and the score was going up and up and up, and then all of a sudden, London makes some substitutions, Niagara makes some substitutions. Now, London put in defensive players, or players they're working on, so they took a lot of their scoring off the floor, and it showed in the score. It allowed Niagara to make a run. At the end of the second quarter there, I was going to sort of, Niagara did something I thought was really, really smart. They came down and they set up a perimeter play, and they passed the ball and ran back and forth, passed the ball and ran back and forth, passed the ball and ran back and forth, until finally there was somebody open and he got a free shot. Earlier in the game, they were passing into traffic, they were forcing things, and London could just stand and wait for them. Now they were making London run.
A couple players of note from both teams. I know Sammy Zaglinski's been one that's been catching everyone's eye, really.
Well, he's a great point guard. He's a wonderful shooter. I'm not sure I agree with that play right at the end of the half. I understand the concept. You got a foul to give. They got 4 seconds. Take it down to 2, and they probably can't score. So give up a foul. It doesn't cost you anything except a foul on that guy. So if you're going to do it, why do you do it to your best player?
Yeah,
exactly. You know, grab somebody off the bench, put him on the floor, say, go hit him. You know, and well, don't hit him, but you accomplish the same thing, and you don't lose, possibly as Zaglinski, near the end of the game.
And also some other players. I know Logan Stutz is another guy that you like, for sure.
I like Logan. He's been very, very quiet. He hasn't noticeably scored a lot of points, so I don't want to look at the stats because he's probably got a bunch.
Yeah.
The other guy that they're playing really well is Relaford, which I'm really glad to see because I'm a big fan of the number 24. And and he's been moving the ball. He's been moving London players around and getting into the key and creating problems. But other than that, offensively, they're just standing around. And when you're standing around, the defense gets to stand around. And when the defense gets to stand around, they don't get tired. And Niagara looks tireder than London.
Yes, they do.
They look
for
heavy
sure.
legs. They
100%.
look heavy legs.
100%. Well, one thing that we learned from that first half, I was just going to say, no lead is safe in the NBL.
I think that should be right in the rule book. If it's not in the rule book, it's like a league mantra or something.
Well, the Orangeville game, of course, the Orangeville game.
And in this one, it looked like it was going just as one-sided.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, it's only 5 points. And when I was coaching basketball, 5-point split was a nothing split. It didn't mean anything. 5 points is fine. We're tied.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it can happen so fast.
Mm-hmm. Finally, Akeem Wright.
Okay, now
you've got something saved up. I don't know what it is, but
no, it's sort of, maybe you're a coach, maybe you're a player, maybe you're driving into work. Like, what do you do when everything goes horribly wrong? I mean, poor Akeem last game, and he's a much better player than that. But every shot he took, he missed. Every pass he took got intercepted. Every time he dribbled, he got stripped. I was talking to the coach earlier, and everybody knows that's not Akeem. My attitude is if you're doing that, do less. Okay, Akeem, I'm not going to take you off the floor. That's not my first choice. My first choice isn't to put him on the bench. My first choice is to say, Akeem, go to the paint, get rebounds and putback points.
Yeah.
No 3-shot points, no passing, no dribbling. You're allowed 1 dribble if you get the ball close. Now, at the beginning of the game, Akeem Wright was posting low.
Yeah.
And I was keeping track, and he was still, I know like that term black hole. I was going to say, how many black holes does the Lightning universe have? But a black hole, for those of you that don't know, is a player on a team that when you pass him the ball, that's it. He's not going to pass it again. He's going to either shoot or he's going to shoot. It's not going to anybody else. That's referred to as a black hole. And it's okay to have a black hole as long as he's doing it from right under the basket.
Yeah.
Because now you don't expect the ball back. But if you give it to him at the top of the key, now you're expecting something to happen, and if every single time he's driving to the basket, well, the defense will pick up on that.
Quickly, second half, what are you expecting?
I'm expecting a fight for tempo now. Niagara's fought back into this game really, really well, and I think and towards the end of the second quarter, there was the fight for momentum, and the different lineups could hold the momentum differently. When London was quicker, they could have the momentum because they had the tempo, and you get the tempo from your feet. So you can't have tempo unless you're moving your feet, and you can't have momentum unless you have tempo. So if you're just standing around, you're going to lose.
All right, that'll do it. Thank you very much, Bill. As always, we'll be right back with the second half.
And we're back here at Budweiser Gardens. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth with you. London and Niagara down on the court. The Lightning with a 57-52 lead. And here comes the inbound there from the Bolts. Warren Ward with possession. Again, London in white, Niagara in their all blue strips. Wright prepares to back in on Mike Allison.
Oh, get that garbage out of here.
And it's swatted out. That's the alternative way of saying that.
That is, in fact, a different way of saying it.
Inbound coming here from the Lightning, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ryan Anderson back into the game. We mentioned that he didn't play a whole lot of that second quarter. He's back in, leading this game with something like 18 points at this point. 16 rather. And again, on limited minutes, he, didn't play all first and second quarter. Definitely played only a fraction of the second. That's Warren Ward missing that shot, and now here come the Niagara River Lions. Looks like there's a foul call. My apologies. It's going to be traveling instead. 11:40 on the clock here in the third quarter. Again, inbound coming from Ryan Anderson. 16 points, 4 rebounds, leading the Lightning in both categories there through that first half. If you missed the first half, it was all London in the first quarter. 34-27, outscoring the River Lions. Then the River Lions able to crawl back a bit in that second quarter, ended up outscoring London 25-23. Maxwell takes it up, unable to connect, and looks like he's going to step out of bounds as he grabbed that ball.
We had a little bit of a better angle on it than I think our feed did, but Maxwell was actually quite inbounds on that play. Just a little miss there.
Ziglinski hands it off to Relaford. And Relaford, another guy with a very impressive first half. 12 points to his name, just the 1 rebound, but again, the points that he did score were very impressive. Stutz able to keep possession. Oh, he won't now. Here comes Ryan Anderson. He backs into Ziglinski, hands it off to Akeem Wright. Stephen Maxwell can't finish that one, and now here come Niagara. On the break, Ziglinski moves around Ryan Anderson, shifts the play, but there's going to be a foul.
Yeah, Anderson just grabbed on the arm of Ziglinski there when Ziglinski was going back. And wow, oh man, it's hard to say Sammy Ziglinski twice in one sentence.
We've gotten better at saying Ziglinski over the season.
I can do it once. Twice is the issue.
Oh, gorgeous finish there on the near side. That's Montero. A very interesting finish, to say the least. 10:40 on the clock. Akeem Scott stops at the top of the key. This is Akeem Wright now. He's going to work a lane, but he's going to draw a foul. And one.
Excellent little pro hop on the way to the basket there from Akeem Wright. Able to draw the foul, too. He faked that he was going up initially when it was only just a little hop there. Hop, skip, and a jump, and it's in the basket.
Akeem Wright with his and one opportunity coming. London can't get 60 points there in the form of Akeem Wright. They remain at 59. The River Lions sit at 54. Montero steps around Warren Ward, draws a double team, and lots of space down low here for Mike Allison, who will in turn draw a foul.
Yeah, I believe that was Akeem Wright who got caught in the air there. Allison didn't really have a choice, but, Akeem Wright didn't really have a choice but to foul there. Allison had him dead to rights.
So Mike Allison goes to the line.
2 shots here for Allison.
Again, the Hamilton native, 20 appearances with Mississauga last season. Very impressive. 1.4 points per game this season, really able to solidify his spot on the River Lions. 59-56. Scott. Relaford looking to match up with him. Oh, lots of space for Warren Ward.
Great shot from Warren Ward. Ryan Anderson hasn't been taking shots, so Warren Ward, the other sniper on the London Lightning, had a bit of a quiet night so far, but able to drill that 3-pointer.
Montero with the ball. And now here's Travis Relaford. Stutz in the post. Akeem Wright giving him fits. Ball's tipped around and it's eventually collected here by Stephen Maxwell. Now here's Warren Ward on the far side. Tries to step around Relaford. They'll shift it over to Anderson. Misses the three. It's tipped. And it'll be collected here by Scott. Warren Ward steps back for three in the corner. No good.
Great pass from Scott, though. Excellent vision.
Montero. Interesting passing. Gets it back to Zaglinski eventually. 9:20 on the clock in the third. Zaglinski finds a lane and puts it right in the hoop.
Beautiful little cut there from Sammy Zaglinski. Of course, he was with the Island Storm last year, a very, very good point guard, and one of those guys who can pass it almost as well as he can shoot it.
62-58. Wright works around Mike Allison. He's swatted, and that's going to be a foul against Allison. Looks like he got all ball, but again, the referees have a lot better look than we do.
Niagara not liking some of these calls, and I do agree some of them are interesting calls here, but London's actually taken more fouls than the Niagara River Lions have. As we see the London Lightning heading to the line here. This is going to be Akeem Wright shooting two.
Kansas State crowd gets that first one to go. And that's 2 fouls each so far in this third frame. We got 9 minutes to go in it. Second shot's good from Wright. Zaglinski. This is Mike Allison, now off to Logan Stutz. Tipped. Warren Ward got his paws on it. And it looks like it'll fall out of play. Niagara getting set on the inbound. This is going to be Montero on the near side. Refs blow things down. It looks like the shot clock is up at 24. And they'll be down to 14 now.
One of the big jumps here for the Niagara River Lions, and something they've done better this year is illustrated here in the stats. 30 points off of the bench compared to only 14 for the Lightning coming into this game. I think everyone would have said the storyline for the Lightning is their depth compared to Niagara's, and Niagara's actually beating them on that end.
Akeem Wright can't get to the ball. He'll hand it off to Zaglinski. And now here come the River Lions. Montero takes it to the hoop. A gorgeous little move inside to make it 64-60.
Between Montero and Relaford, they've really solidified that wing position in Niagara. It was something that was kind of an Achilles heel for most of the year. Then at the end here, it's been fixed.
Zaglinski here with possession, and he's stripped to the ball. Maxwell steps around Stutz. No foul call, and lots of back and forth basketball here as we see a bounce pass to Relaford. He's going to take it inside, and it's finished there by Montero. So 64-62, it is a 2-point game. River Lions in tight here in the third quarter. Bill Oven said it at halftime, Chris, no lead is safe in the NBL, and these past 2 games at Bud Gardens have really shown that.
Well, I mean, it was the Orangeville A's who had a over 20-point lead in the game on Saturday there, and London Lightning ended up coming back on this one. And if they keep getting play like that was a great play from Zaglinski, unfortunately unable to finish. This could be a comeback too.
Poster.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! If I'm running the London Lightning gift shop, I'm gonna have that poster everywhere by tomorrow. Everywhere.
Stephen Maxwell, not much else to say other than that. Akeem Scott takes it up. He'll drain 2. Stephen Maxwell does around 4 or 5 of those a game at this point. So just get used to it. It's not a big deal anymore. Still gets the crowd pumped up for sure. 68-64, 7 minutes to go in the third. Step around, and Montero nearly finishes that one. A couple of great individual efforts from him in the last couple plays. There's another nice one there from Akeem Scott. Relaford steps around Ward. Nice ball movement. He's going to move that one around. Offensive foul. A bunch of changes coming for both teams at this point. Zaglinski coming into the game. It also looks like Daquan Cook will be making an appearance as well. Mike Allison making way along with looks like Zaglinski has already come off of the court there for the River Lions. Meantime, London making a couple of changes. Looks like Nick Aquari, Marcus Capers, and also Tyshawn Patterson have come into the game. 3 fouls for the River Lions, 2 for the London Lightning. This is Tyshawn Patterson taking it to the hoop. He's going to draw the foul.
We should clarify, we're aware it's not a blowout right now, but it was when it was 23-9, so that's what we meant by the lead not being safe.
It's a tight game for sure. The River Lions, again, battling back after that first quarter. It's really just accented by that 11-0 start by the London Lightning, and that only came, I think, within a minute and a half or so.
Well, it was pretty much all London Lightning in the first 5 minutes, and then the River Lions have done an excellent job. They haven't been able to completely close that gap, but they've done a great job of hanging around and not letting London get too far ahead of them.
This is Daquan Cook, stripped. Stutz fires it back down low. Likely an ill-advised shot, as it will fall out of play off of Nick Okori. 8 seconds on the shot clock right now, 6:20 on the game clock. So inbound coming from Relaford on this near side. See Daquan Cook stepping back, he'll take the ball. Stripped, Stephen Maxwell with a fantastic turnover, and he will finish. No, he will not. Nick Okori with it, fires it across. This is Tyshawn Patterson up against Logan Stutz. Bit of a mismatch here for sure. Patterson's going to look for it here too. Hands it off to Ryan Anderson. Can't keep the ball, and he's taken down there by Daquan Cook. It looked more like a football tackle, likely just by how Ryan Anderson was running there.
Disappointing offensive possession for the Lightning on that one too, because they actually had a bunch of mismatches, but were unable to move the ball around and really get themselves an opportunity at a clean shot.
Again, 70-62, the London Lightning with a lead here at Budweiser Gardens. The third quarter, they're outscoring the River Lions right now by a margin of 13-10. Again, the one story of the game is how efficient London has been in the field just in general, shooting 50% from the field, 38% from beyond the arc. Again, the shots from the line haven't been there, shooting 60% right now. But again, all around impressive offensive numbers for sure. Again, taking a look at the stats, Ryan Anderson leading the London Lightning with 16 points and 7 rebounds. Travis Relaford leading the Niagara River Lions with 12 points. Mike Allison leading in rebounds with 5. Sammy Zaglinski with 6 assists. And finally returning with the London Lightning, Akeem Scott has 9 rebounds. Or 9 assists, rather.
And that's a great effort from Akeem Scott. They don't need him to be scoring a whole ton of points. He only has 4 in this game. But by being the distributor and the floor general, getting those 9 assists there is a big key for the London Lightning, because when they've got the ball moving, that's when they're at their best. So the London Lightning doing a good job of distributing right now. They've got themselves an 8-point lead. They're starting to open the gap a bit again. Can the River Lions respond with a run of their own? We'll have to see.
We're back underway here at Budweiser Gardens. 5:56 on the clock already. The River Lions lining up 3 changes. Clinton Springer-Williams, Tremar Sutherland, and it also appears that Aljo's coming back into the game as well. Oh, but they're going to have to take their time before coming back. Travis Relaford moves it across half. Off to Adam Blazik. Cook. The ball's taken up there by Montero, and it's no good. Okori with possession now for the Lightning. Capers switches the play. Patterson open for 3. See Kyle Julius jumping with excitement. Definitely a good play with Patterson wide open on the far side.
Not often you see him miss that.
Relaford, that was tipped there by Capers. He's going to try again, and he will be successful. 70-64. Tyshawn Patterson. Okori in motion along the baseline. Anderson stationary on this near side. Anderson takes it. Spins. He's up against Montero. Gets his own rebound. Runs into Logan Stutz, and that's going to be a foul.
I think that one was all ball. Mind you, basketball is the hardest sport to referee for, but I think that one was all ball.
So that's up to the River Lions now up to 5 fouls as Logan Stutz heads to the bench, along with Montero and Travis Relaford. As I mentioned before, Tramar Sutherland, Clinton Springer-Williams, and finally as well, it appears that Muldrow is coming to the game as well for the River Lions. Ryan Anderson at the line here. 2 shots. First one's good. And 5th best in the league when it comes to three-pointers, sitting at around 42%. We talked a bit about that at the start of the game, but Anderson definitely the sharpshooter, and he proved that early in this game, going 4 for 4 from beyond the arc, 6 for 6 from the field. Niagara ball. 72-64. Springer tries to step around Anderson, spins, fires. It's no good. Anderson will collect the rebound here. Lots of pressure coming from the River Lions. Lots of space down the court as well. Maxwell will hand it off to Anderson for 3.
That's his first point since early in the second quarter. Ryan Anderson, he's kind of needed to find himself again, and he does that time, making it 75-64 for the Lightning.
Sutherland on the spin. He's going to draw the foul. 75-64. Again, it's a tight game in this third quarter. London looking to try to step away here, looking to try to get ahead of the River Lions. And here's Sutherland back at the line here for 2. I mean, if you look at the River Lions schedule, something that's kind of neat has happened. So obviously with Gross Nicole taking over the team and the team being a lot more successful, they really haven't been able to put together a legit winning streak. They've actually won 2, lost 1, won 2, lost 1, won 2, lost 1, and now won 2. Since
if the pattern holds,
then that would be exactly what that is. Capers misses that dunk, and Maxwell is stripped of the ball. And yeah, and that's been since March 3rd. So this whole run has been, 2 wins, 1 loss, 2 wins, 1 loss, and even though they haven't really been able to put together a decent streak, it's definitely impressive. Also, if you're a analytics guy, they're going to lose tonight. Actually, I don't think that's really anything that has to do with analytics.
That's a really advanced stat there, Marty.
Wins above losses. I don't know. 75-65. Blazek hands it off to Sutherland. The Niagara River Lions with possession. Springer has it. Blazek bounces off. Just 2 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to be stripped to the ball. The ball will fall out of play. 1 second on the shot clock right now. 3:32 on the game clock here in the third. You see Nikakori kicking the ball back into play here. Again, a 10-point game inbound coming. Springer-Williams getting set on the inbound. Capers playing D. Sutherland gets the shot off in time. It's a rim off the rim there. Unfortunately, here come the London Lightning. Patterson moves it across half on this near side. 3:23 on the game clock. 5 fouls for the River Lions, 4 for the London Lightning. And that's going to be a foul call.
All right, Lightning fans, please wish a happy birthday to Colby Peters.
So London Lightning outscoring the River Lions 18-13 in this third quarter. Okay, we were talking a bit about how the River Lions have been out-rebounding London 39-36 at this point. 13 offensive rebounds in that. That's Patterson finishing there. Those 13 offensive rebounds have managed 12 second chance points, which is double, which London has. It just only has 6. The Hail Mary pass is collected there by Tyshawn Patterson, one-handed, and he drains.
Beautiful lob right into Tyshawn Patterson. He's able to get 2 there.
Blazek hands it off to Springer-Williams. This is Ryan Anderson matching up against him. 2:48 on the clock. Ball tips out of play, and that's Patterson getting the hand on. 15 seconds on the shot clock, 2:44 on the game clock. 6 fouls for the River Lions now, 4 for the London Lightning. 15 seconds on the shot clock, as I said. Springer Williams getting set on the inbound. This is Blazik. Sets the three in the corner, steps over. Takes it to Cook. No foul, and easily drained there from Daquan Cook. And the shot clock has gone dead here in the building, so the referees will be very quick to blow that one down. And
So is the scoreboard.
the Jumbotron's still working, so it looks like it's more or less a scoreboard issue with both shot clock nets, or both shot clock displays as well going dark.
Who kicked the cable?
Of course. Again, taking a quick look at the stats. Ryan Anderson with the 21 points. And it looks like the shot clock is coming back on here now. They'll just have to remember exactly where they were. I can tell you where they were. 2:35 left in the third. The score 79-67 River Lions.
Well, while we've got ourselves some time here, let's take a look at the stats. 50% shooting from the London Lightning, 38% from the Niagara River Lions. London 38% from three-point land. Niagara 26%. However, London's taking 21 of them. Niagara only 15. London not making their free throws, 64%. Niagara 83%. And one of the more telling stats, the bench scoring for the Niagara River Lions, 33, only 20 for the London Lightning. Otherwise, the stats are pretty even between both teams. Turnovers, fouls, blocks.
The refs are quick to blow things down. Just
It shut off again.
play got back on, and yeah, that's correct, Chris. It's back to being down, so again, quite a bit of motion there. I actually see someone underneath the scorer's table there right now. And the back on, and the score remains. So again, literally, someone probably just kicked the table, to be honest.
Well, that's a new one.
They switched it around, so again, London with the lead, 79-67, and we're finally back underway here in the third quarter. Patterson steps around, keeps possession. Anderson spins off of Springer Williams. Cook being a little physical there as well, and you see Blazik tipping the ball up.
Out of bounds, Lightning ball. 8 seconds on the shot.
The River Lions getting a little physical on defense here. 2:18 on the clock in the third. They've already got 6 fouls to their name in this frame. 8 seconds on the shot clock right here. Maxwell's in motion. Patterson behind him there. 5 seconds. Ball's tipped. Blazik will collect. And now here come the River Lions on the fast break. Blazik will step around and easily drain there for number 5. Patterson getting those long stretches across here. 2 minutes to go now in the third. Anderson on the far side. Springer Williams matching up against him. This is Patterson for 3. It's good.
Excellent shot there from Tyshawn Patterson, able to hit a big 3. That gives him 13 points in the game. He's actually been one of London's best scorers in the second half.
Springer Williams hands it off to Muldrow. This is Sutherland on the near side. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Muldrow down low. No good. Anderson collects the defensive rebound. It will slow things down a bit.
Harrison tried to get in there for the steal, try and sneak in. Unable to do so, though.
Ward steps around Sutherland there with the pick. You see Capers pushing back a bit on Sutherland there. Ward for 3. Gets it. Ward from downtown.
Ward hasn't been shooting as well as we're used to seeing, but he's still able to make the big shot. And if we remember what we saw in that Orangeville game, as we see a foul drawn by the River Lions, it looks like that's going to be against Ryan Anderson. But Warren Ward, he's a guy in that Orangeville game. He didn't do a whole lot in the first half in that game either, but when we hit the second half, he was lights out, and so far he's had a pretty good second half. He made a 3 early in the quarter, and then of course he made that 3 just now. So he's a guy that you might want to keep an eye on in the fourth quarter. Tends to come up clutch.
Hakeem Scott with it. It's in front of the London Lightning logo at half. Makes another play call, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ward's calling for it. Scott hands it off to Maxwell. It's tipped around and eventually collected here by Blazik. Ooh, Hakeem Scott, very aggressive defense, and looks like there's going to be a foul there.
Almost able to get the steal there. I'm not sure what Cal Julius is arguing. That was kind of clearly out on Scott.
7 fouls now for the River Lions, 4 for the London Lightning in this quarter. And so Akeem Scott will go to the line. Again, London looking to add to their lead here. We mentioned the playoffs there in that last broadcast with London taking on Orangeville by the looks of it. All intents and purposes. If it were to start today, London sitting at 20-10, Orangeville at the bottom at 10-23. The interesting one is Windsor and Niagara. So the Express are at 18 wins, 15 losses. They could, in theory, catch the London Lightning. And then the Niagara River Lions are at 14-19, so they, in theory, could also push up on the Windsor Express. Now, I guess the real concern is the Orangeville A's, if they were able to turn it on and catch the River Lions. I think it's fair to say, with how the River Lions have been playing over the past couple months, that they are the team in that 3-4. As you see a big slam there on the near side from Daquan Cook. That, the River Lions are that bogey team for Windsor and London, say that they finish top 2, which is almost all but certain.
Well, I don't think any team that ends up having to play Niagara is going to be very happy having to do so, because, again, in the second half, they've been one of the better teams in the league, especially under Grossacola, as we see Akeem Scott makes a cut.
Ooh, Capers will be fouled there as he went to the hoop looking for an emphatic dunk, to say the least. And the one interesting thing with the Orangeville A's is that, it was, you look at the month of March that they had compared to the month of March that the River Lions had. And that, they lost a bunch of games, but they came into this building and thoroughly outplayed the London Lightning in that game. I believe that was almost a week and a half ago now. So again, we've seen that all these teams can beat, these teams can beat each other. That's no doubt for sure. But when you look at how the River Lions have been playing, and they've been coming around as people have expected, that's definitely the one team you do not want to have to play over 5 games. Ziglinski keeps possession, hands it off to Daquan Cook, and he nearly drains to end the third quarter. So the score after 3 quarters of play, 87-71, the London Lightning have a lead. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here at Budweiser Gardens. And we're back here at Budweiser Gardens, 87-71. The London Lightning with the lead. The Niagara River Lions with possession there as they see the ball fall out of play off of here. That's Warren Ward on the London Lightning side. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth. London in their navy strip. London in the all whites. Cook finds a lane, takes it over top of Stephen Maxwell, I believe. Or no, my apologies, that's Akeem Scott.
Very, very much a size difference between those two. But Akeem Scott, not afraid to take the contact. And there's quite a bit of contact on that one.
Capers hands it off to Tyshawn Patterson. Again, the fourth quarter here at Budweiser Gardens. The River Lions, bit of work to do. This is Akeem Wright stepping underneath, and that's going to be a foul against Daquan Cook. Saw Wright just trying to lift the ball up there on his left side and ran into Daquan Cook's arm by the looks of it. Mike Allison coming into the game here for the River Lions. Daquan Cook making way.
No one really in too much foul trouble for either team. You've got Muldrow on the River Lions at 4. Cook, Allison, and Blazek all at 3 fouls. Then looking at the London Lightning, 4 fouls on Nick Okori and 3 on Nick Evans.
Nick Evans has played around 5 minutes, it seems.
Hey, sometimes you just need your big guy to be 6 fouls.
Missed. Mike Allison will hand it off to Relaford as the River Lions get their offense going again here in the fourth. Relaford steps around right and tries to throw it up there. Desperation attempt is no good. Patterson, this is to Warren Ward, all the time in the world. Misses it. 87-71. Allison at the top of the key. Bounce pass down low to Relaford. It's blocked from Capers.
There it is. Was waiting for the goaltend on that one.
Good call. We're a minute into this fourth quarter. River Lions score there any way you can at this point. 87-73.
Hey, it's not how, it's how many, and that's 2 for the River Lions, pardon me. And they're going to need a couple more here, facing a 87-73 deficit right now.
You just see Gross Nicole having a quick chat with the referee, and Gross has really taken the league by storm in terms of just how he's been able to turn this team around. What do you see from a systems point of view that's different about this River Lions team than we did for the first 5 home games that they played here?
There's a lot more variety between Ken Murray's River Lions and Gross Nicole's River Lions. I found with Ken Murray's team, they took a lot of threes, and they had studs on backdoor plays, and that was about it. And as far as their offense went, now they've got a little bit of everyone working in, whether or not that's guys like Montero and Relaford coming in, or whether or not that's a systems thing. Either way, it's been that versatility on offense that they didn't have before. That's been the key for them. As we see Akeem Wright, versatile in his own right, with another 2.
Sending Mike Allison the other way and then landing the shot. This is Travis Relaford on the near side. 10-27. He somehow manages to get that pass off, and Clinton Springer-Williams almost based on hand-eye catching that ball and managing to toss it in so quickly. 87-75. 4 fouls for the River Lions. Or 2 fouls, rather, for the River Lions. Just 0 for the Lightning. Ward takes his time. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Takes a big step. Moves it over Muldrow. He'll get the ball back. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Patterson misses the 3. Montero steps around. Can he get past Akeem Scott? He will. He'll drain 2. The River Lions putting together a nice run here in the fourth quarter. Just cutting into the lead a bit. Ward switches the play over to Patterson. Right in front of the Budweiser Garden sign, which at half court. 7 seconds on the shot clock. This is Wright, step over, moves past Muldrow, looks for the pass, he bounces it off to Capers, who is fouled.
Jammed a finger too by the looks of it.
Looks like it's the left hand of Marcus Capers, and he's going to be all right. He's lining up to take the shot. Ryan Anderson coming into the game here for the hometown London Lightning. Tyshawn Patterson making way.
Yeah, with how hot Ryan Anderson's been, it's hard to believe he's only taken 10 shots in the game. He's got 21 points and 9 rebounds. And again, only 10 shots and you've got 21 points, only 7 of them made. That's a heck of a night there for Ryan Anderson.
Marcus Capers at the line here. 2 shots coming from number 34 on white. And again, Capers, another player on this London Lightning team who's starting to improve as the season goes on. Only 3 times in the last 15 games has he shot below his league average of 57% shooting. He's always around 60 or above, and I think that shows a bit of improvement on the statistical side as you see Rutherford unable to drain that one. And now here comes Warren Ward. Scott. This is Ryan Anderson for 3. Misses it. And now here come the River Lions. A crucial stop. They've got 9 minutes to break into this lead a bit. Down low, Rutherford with a really nice finish at the hoop.
Beautiful passing there from the Niagara River Lions and just carved up the London defense on that play.
8:46. Akeem Wright. Ooh, nice move over Clinton Springer-Williams. It's tipped there by Capers at the net. Akeem Scott with the interception, and that's going to be a foul. And it's going to go against Logan Stutz.
No basket, though. They're not going to give him the continuation.
Stutz still upset with that, having a chance to talk to every referee in the building by the looks of it, rather. Again, 91-78. Logan Stutz in a bit of trouble when it comes to fouls as well. He's got 3, but those can accumulate quickly, as we've seen. Taking a look at the foul trouble, Muldrow's really the only one on the River Lions in significant trouble, sitting at 4.
I think the real stat to look at is Logan Stutz's point total. Only 2 points on the game. And I don't think I ever thought I'd be saying that about Logan Stutz only having 2 points. Again, that's a league leading scorer.
And we've seen him come into this building and score. I believe he has this record of around 30 points. And the only time he was ever kept to under 10 points this season was against London. Warren Ward during that one. It was against London on the 29th of January, and he had 8 points then.
Mind you, he's still contributing. He's got 7 rebounds, but he's only taken 2 shots, and that just shows you how London's locked in on him.
Springer-Williams on the fade for 3. It's wasn't a high percentage shot by any means, and now here's Rutherford. The Niagara River Lions have a fresh shot clock. Montero steps in. Another one. Gets it to go. 8 minutes now. 93-81. This is Warren Ward in the corner. He's going to work his way in. Nick Evans preparing to come on for the London Lightning. Akeem Wright drains it.
Or are they not counting it?
There's a foul call there.
It's going to be River Lions ball, I think.
We'll wait to hear from the scores table. It's going to be a foul against Stephen Maxwell. And looks like the basket is counting, though. It appears the basket's
That's bizarre.
counting. Maybe they haven't taken it off the scoreboard, but right now it's 96-81. So Logan Stutz with possession. He'll take the 3, and it's no good. Taken there by Ryan Anderson. Yeah, so that shot counted by the looks of it. 96-81. Interesting. The one thing about Logan Stutz as well is that in this game he's been taking a lot of low percentage shots in terms of outside shots for 3 and otherwise. Stephen Maxwell draining 2.
One of the things that the the Lightning have done to actually keep Stutz at bay is Stutz loves that backdoor play. He's not going to get that one, as it's going to be a foul on Akeem Wright. But Stutz loves to get that backdoor play where he gets it right behind the basket. And for most of the game, it's been either Akeem Wright or Stephen Maxwell just kind of sitting there and not letting Stutz have that basket. And then whoever's actually defending Stutz has been pushing him to the outside. So Stutz hasn't really had a shot at that game that he likes to play.
Inbound coming from Rutherford. Stutz will hand it back to him. 10 seconds on the shot clock. This is Rutherford on the run. And that's going to be a foul against the London Lightning. So again, looking ahead for both of these teams, the London Lightning heading east as of tomorrow, they're going to be heading out to take on the St. John Millrats in St. John on Friday night. And then they will be taking on the other 3 Atlantic opponents in the Island Storm, the Moncton Miracles, and the Halifax Hurricanes. And that's in a span of around, I believe it's around something like 12 or 13 days. So they do have a bit of time out there for sure to get those games in. Or my apologies, actually, my math is incredibly incorrect. It's around 7 days. So they've got time to get the games in, and they were definitely generous from the NBLC scheduler's point of view to get all 4 games at once. You see Warren Ward draining the 3 there on the far side. 101 to 81, it's now a 20-point game.
Again, Warren Ward finding the hot hand in the 4th quarter. And he's going to drill that 3. That's going to give him 9 points in the game to go along with his 10. Pardon me, that's Akeem Scott stats. That's going to give him 13 points in the game with that 3.
Stephen Maxwell off to Warren Ward, who can't quite keep the ball. He'll end up taking down a stanchion and actually falls down on his arm, but he's good.
Looks like he'll be fine. Thought no one was over there, but the little railing there that holds up that curtain for the bar stool section. I'm not sure if there's a fancy name for that.
It looked like
that one's going down.
It looked like a wrestling move. Looked like they took down part of the announcer's table.
You just need to slam someone through the table.
Ryan Anderson with a gorgeous finish off of that pass from Akeem Scott. 103 to 81. We're halfway through the 4th quarter. London getting quite a bit of breathing space here. Zaglinski with possession, and that's going to be a foul against London. Tamar Sutherland preparing to come into the game here for the River Lions. Nick Okori preparing to come into the game for the London Lightning along with Tyshawn Patterson, but we're going to get a timeout here from across the Cole on the River Lions side.
It's weird coming into this game. We've seen the London Lightning use their depth to their advantage, and originally, obviously, that's not the case anymore, but early in the year, the River Lions had an issue with depth, but looking at this game, River Lions actually winning the bench scoring battle 41-25, but unfortunately, it's not doing them any help. One of the reasons London's had so much success tonight is because that starting lineup has been so effective, including guys like Ryan Anderson, who's lighting it up right now. He's got 23 points and 10 rebounds, giving him a double-double. He's only taken 12 shots, so he's 8 of 12 shooting, 5 of 8 from three-point land. And he's having himself a heck of a game. Kind of someone who snuck up on us stat-wise. Akeem Wright's sitting at 20 points now. Again, he had a rough outing against Orangeville, but tonight he's really righting some wrongs here with 20-point effort, 7 of 14 shooting. And then Stephen Maxwell, 16 points, 9 rebounds. He's almost assured to get himself a double-double. And, of course, Akeem Scott, 11 assists. Looking at the River Lions, their best performer has been Travis Relaford by a pretty fair amount with 18 points. They've also gotten okay efforts from DJ Montero with 13, and Tamar Sutherland with 13 as well, and 12 for Daquan Cook. Leading the rebound category, it's a tie between Sam Muldrow and Logan Stutz. Concerning for Niagara has to be the fact that Logan Stutz is only at 2 points, 0 for 3 shooting, and all those points have come from the free throw line. So while he's still rebounding the ball all right, not much production coming out of Logan Stutz.
Logan Stutz and the Niagara River Lions are getting set here. Inbound coming on this near side. So that last play there will be a foul against Warren Ward, just to clarify. Now both teams with 4 fouls here in the 4th quarter. Halfway to go. Zaglinski spins, and that's tipped there from Ryan Anderson. Great defense. He somehow manages to keep the ball. What a fantastic effort from a number of London Lightning players there.
I mean, sometimes it's just your night, and the London Lightning just having themselves a night. Some great play.
Zaglinski, or my apologies, Logan Stutz there for 3. It's no good, and looks like Muldrow will finish. Oh, you talk about the lucky bounces. Ryan Anderson sprinted into that ball, dove, and somehow managed to keep it to his body to just kind of control it, and that's just more or less a lucky bounce.
Well, also he had the awareness that when he was by that sideline, not to put his heels down out of bounds, he kept it in.
Right, backs in on Tamar Sutherland. That's Maxwell. He can't quite grab that offensive rebound. And now here come the River Lions. Zaglinski trying to move underneath on Anderson, and that will be finished there by Logan Stutz.
You know, if I'm Kyle Julius, I'm looking at pulling some of my starters out of this game. He's still got Akeem Wright, Ryan Anderson, and Stephen Maxwell, who have played quite a few minutes here. And this game's looking pretty well in their favor. They might want to start thinking about resting some starters and making sure no one gets hurt.
The one name that we haven't seen here from the London Lightning, and you see that shot from Nick Okori, is Garrett Williamson. Played limited minutes against Orangeville, and that was his first action since about mid-February. He had that injury, so they're obviously trying to slowly bring him back.
Well, I mean, with Garrett, he's a guy that if your team's clicking, you don't really need to be rushing him in there, so they can save him for playoffs if they wanted to. I'm sure he'll play before then, but he's a guy who former NBL Canadian of the Year, so he's a heck of a guy to have as your waiting in the wings scorer right now.
4.5 left in this game, and Nick Evans preparing to come in, and Akeem Wright will make way. 4 fouls each, 4:25 to go. Zaglinski. Muldrow will fire it across to Relaford, who has an open three, and London almost happy to give him that at this point. Ryan Anderson has it. Patterson keeps it across the line there, trying to get it past Zaglinski. Maxwell setting the pick, and there's Patterson taking it to the hoop. 107-85.
Tyshawn Patterson just so quick getting to the basket, no one can really keep up with him.
And there's Zaglinski draining that one. Answer back. It's still a 20-point game, though. 107-87. 3.5 left. And this is the only game on the NBLC schedule tonight. But tomorrow night, it'll be Niagara back in action. They will be hosting the Orangeville A's. Oh my goodness. Stephen Maxwell with a fantastic slam.
Well, it's a good thing he made that dunk, because I don't think I've seen Stephen Maxwell dunk tonight. What a great play from Maxwell, as Stutz is going to miss the answer.
And you just saw the London Lightning bench go crazy after that. Tyshawn Patterson getting in on the action as well. What an incredible play from Stephen Maxwell, something that the faithful here at Budweiser Gardens are all too familiar with at this point. 2:53 left. This is Logan Stutz underneath, keeps the ball, but no basket, and there's a foul call.
That one's going to be on Nick Evans, which is foul number 4 for him, I believe.
So a couple of changes, and it looks like Greg Carter's coming into the game for the first time for the Niagara River Lions. Meantime, Taylor Black coming into the game for the first time as well for the London Lightning.
And this one here is about the London Lightning just trying to rest as many of their starting players as they can. Get them ready for their next game and make sure they don't get injured. So we've got a lineup that I don't think we've seen all year of Taylor Black and Nick Evans on the floor together.
That's interesting for sure. Taylor Black coming in at 6'7", Nick Evans at 6'10".
It's a big front court.
Stutz at the line. As you mentioned, just a real statistical anomaly so far that Stutz hasn't been able to put up. At this point, he'd have somewhere around 25 on average, it seems.
We've seen him throw up 30 against the London Lightning, so a little shocking to see a drop to 4 points.
That'll be his 5th and 6th. As we said before, his season low was 8 points against the London Lightning at the end of January. Nick Okori with it. Off to Taylor Black. Evans looking for a bit of motion. He'll take it off to Akeem Scott. Down low to Black up against Mike Allison. 2 Canadians battling, and there's Taylor Black draining that one.
Taylor Black with some nice footwork in the paint. We haven't seen too much of Taylor Black, but that's a nice look for him there. There's something to put on the highlight reel.
Black versus Allison. You got a McMaster grad, and you've got a Hamilton native going at it there, and that's Russ Conley draining that one. Recently celebrated a birthday. I believe it was this past week. Again, you've got Greg Carter as well, another Canadian out there for the River Lions. Lots of Canadian content out here on the floor. 2 minutes Black takes the ball off the bounce, but the referees blow things down. Exactly sure what the call was, but Blazic will get set on the inbound here. Hands it off to Carter. 6 fouls for the Lightning, 4 for the River Lions. Carter takes it off. This is Sutherland. Scott collects the ball. Fake the Hail Mary pass. Instead, he'll just crawl it across half. Dribbles around Evans. Trying to find a bit of space. He'll find Evans down low. Conley tips it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. This is a Corey on the spin. Around Blazic. Oh my goodness.
Highlight reel stuff from Nick O'Corey there. Hasn't had a big scoring season that we expect from him, but he's doing some now. And here's Tyshawn Patterson now.
Oh my goodness. trying to take it up to Nick O'Corey, who, let's just say, he was not expecting that.
This isn't good. This is Akeem Scott down on the other end there. Limping now, noticeably.
And he's back up, and Akeem Scott, we don't have the stats here right now, but in terms of steals and interceptions and pretty much any defensive category, seems like he's been all over it tonight.
Well, he's really come in and settled down the point guard position for the London Lightning, and hopefully it's just a cramp or something, because that would be a big loss for the Lightning, and to lose them in a 115-91 game would hurt even more.
Minute 10 left in this one. Tyshawn Patterson with it. Takes it down low to Nick Evans. Evans up against Conley on this near side. Ooh, good stuff there from Evans. A slick shot. This is Taylor Black with the rebound. Evans going to try again, perhaps. Black can't finish it. And it will follow to play off of London, so Niagara get the ball. 54 seconds left. So the London Lightning move up to a record of 21-10. The River Lions move down to a record of 14-20. Sutherland for 3 on this near side, and it's good. Bounce pass off to Ryan Anderson. As we said at the top of the broadcast, Niagara, when they came to this building last, was on February 24th, and they were 5-14. 14-20 is an incredible feat considering where they were just a few short weeks ago. Corey takes it over to Anderson.
They're just going to kill the clock here.
And the shot clock and game clock on virtually the same time here. So again, London up to a record of 20-10. Ryan Anderson holds the ball. He also holds the lead for the game's highest score. Final score, 115-94.
The final score of tonight's game, the London Lightning 115, the Niagara River Lions 94. Don't forget, fans, the Lightning win tonight and score 100 points. Take your game tickets to Nationals for free July.
The final score here.
Sorry, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here. The final score, 115-94 for the London Lightning over the Niagara River Lions.
So, London with the win here at Budweiser Gardens in an interesting game for sure. London started out 11-0 on that initial run and never really looked back.
Yeah, they had that huge start in the first quarter, and every time Niagara started to come back, London pulled away again. They did an excellent job of keeping the River Lions at bay when the River Lions started to make a run. I thought it was a really well-coached game by Kyle Julius, too, because he made sure the pacing never got out of control. Anytime the River Lions started to make a strong run, Julius would call a timeout and just sort of get everything settled down again. And I think for the London Lightning, they can look at this win, knowing that after that Orangeville loss, win, but
Yeah.
lost 3/4 of that game. They can now come to this game and be like, okay, now we've got it back under control. They just beat a very hot Niagara River Lions team. And, the pattern held, but still, it's a good win for the London Lightning.
So the Niagara River Lions will go on to host Orangeville tomorrow night. Meantime, the London Lightning are heading out east for a 4-game Atlantic Division road trip. That's going to be interesting to see what kind of results they get out there.
And they're going to need to have a good road trip out there because the River Lions are coming in fast. So looking at the standings and looking at the way Windsor's playing as well, London's going to have a strong road trip.
So that'll just about do it for Chris and myself and for our whole crew. Thank you very much for tuning in. Again, the final score, London 115, Niagara 94.